Flag is raised. Off and racing in race 2, the Paddy Power from the Horse's Mouth podcast beginners chase, and heading towards the first fence, the grey Irascible over towards the far side. DYSART Dynamo coming through stand side. They show in front of C. Ducker, and towards the inside with the white cap is the back marker Slip of the Tongue. As they clear the first, DYSART Dynamo took over. Leads from Irascible as they head up to past the stands. A break then of 6 or 7 lengths back to C. Ducker, and at the back of the field, Slip of the Tongue as they head up to past the judge. Going along in front, the odds-on favourite, DYSART Dynamo, Paul Townend on his chasing debut. Leads by a couple of lengths to Irascible, Rachel Blackmore second. A break of more than 8 lengths to C. Ducker, Ricky Doyle in third. And Slip of the Tongue, Mark Walsh, back marker of the forerunner field. They're already well strung out. DYSART Dynamo keeping to the centre of the track. Leads the way from Irascible. They're clear of C. Ducker as they jump to second. DYSART Dynamo by 5 or 6 to Irascible. A further break to C. Ducker, Slip of the Tongue in rear as they continue away from the stands on to fence number 3 before heading for the back straight. DYSART Dynamo building up a clear advantage. Jumped it well. Irascible over second. C. Ducker with Slip of the Tongue, and Slip of the Tongue is down. Slip of the Tongue a faller at the second fence past the stands. Both horse and rider quickly up as they turn and head on towards their fourth. Just 3 left in it. DYSART Dynamo with a clear lead. It's about 7 or 8 in front of Irascible, and C. Ducker at the back of the field as they continue across with about 1.25 miles ahead of them. They're nearing fence number 4. The first in a line down the back. DYSART Dynamo has increased the advantage to more than 10 lengths as he jumps this one. Irascible coming to jump in second, and at the back C. Ducker as they head on down the far side, 7 fences ahead of them in this beginner's chase. DYSART Dynamo clear by the best part of 15 now over Irascible, and at the back C. Ducker as DYSART Dynamo comes into the wings of this one, jumps it a long way clear. Irascible just jumping now, and C. Ducker last of the trio as they head on to the first of the ditches. DYSART Dynamo a long way clear, Irascible a remote second, and about 3 lengths back then to C. Ducker as they jump this one directly opposite the stands. DYSART Dynamo over and well clear, Irascible jumping in second. C. Ducker getting a little closer to that rival as they go on to the next. 5 to jump. DYSART Dynamo way out in front as he jumps it. Over safely clear of Irascible with C. Ducker close on the inside, jumping up alongside Irascible as they head on. They have 4 fences ahead of them, and DYSART Dynamo, the odds-on favourite, remains a long way clear. Pops that one clear by the best part of 20 lengths to the other pair. C. Ducker a definite second now on the inside of Irascible as they continue to the last fence in the back straight, 3 from home. DYSART Dynamo a long way clear. C. Ducker back in second ahead of Irascible as the leader comes to jump the final ditch. DYSART Dynamo over and a long way clear. C. Ducker just second with Irascible to his outside as they turn out of the back and head on to the fence on the approach to the straight. DYSART Dynamo well clear as he jumps this one. C. Ducker just coming to jump it in second, a couple of lengths in front of Irascible. But as they head for the home turn in the Paddy Power from the Horse's Mouth podcast beginner's chase, the odds-on favourite DYSART Dynamo with a very long lead. Good battle on for the second spot at this stage between C. Ducker and Irascible. But heading on up the straight to the final fence, DYSART Dynamo and Paul Townend a long way clear. C. Ducker back in second, and then Irascible. Nearing the final obstacle, DYSART Dynamo over safely. C. Ducker coming to jump it in second, ahead of Irascible out in the centre of the course. But on the run in, DYSART Dynamo will win by a wide margin on his chase debut. DYSART Dynamo, the odds-on favourite, wins for Paul Townend, double on the day already for Willie Mullins. Irascible stays on to be second, and C. Ducker last of the 3 finishers.
I'd imagine Paul Townend quite enjoyed that. Paul, congratulations. He was very good, I thought, wasn't he?
He was magic, wasn't he?
Got one away from the stand.
Lit up a bit away from here, all right, just by the crowd and things. And I was sure we had company over the first, and that got him going. But down the back, I was delighted with him. He'd come when I wanted him, and he'd dance when I wanted him. So he's much more manageable over a fence.
Yeah, and looked So he settled relatively well on the way round too, didn't he?
Yeah. I'd say the gang behind thought I wasn't too settled, but I was delighted with him. No, dream start, yeah.
Great to see him back. You've got quite the afternoon coming up, don't you?
Please God.
Best of luck.
Thanks.
Cheers.